Hi, my name is Lex Quarterman. I was an actor in Family, which was a part of the Salute Your Shorts Film Festival in 2017. Today, I'm here with Allyson Rice, the writer, director, and star of Final Write My Own Damn Song. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so this is clearly a music video of just with so many different references and so much very personal, I feel like, with the stuff with your son. So what really was this based on the real inspiration of your son not wanting you to be on a music video?
Yeah, well, it wasn't a music video. It was
Okay.
just he's been writing music and performing for a number of years now. And he was going to have his little sisters, the daughters of my ex-husband and his wife, sing on one of the hooks on one of his songs. And I was like, that is going to be great. That's going to be really special to have. And not too long after that, we were talking about his music some more. And he said, I think I'm going to have my dad play cello on one of my songs. And I was like, that's going to be amazing. And both of them, I think, are going to be amazing. But then part of me, like just a little part for a second, was just like, what about me? Is everybody in the family going to get to be on his music except for me? And, then I had to laugh at myself because what 20-something-year-old guy puts his mom in his rap music? The correct answer is 0, by the way. So I just started, it inspired the song, Fine, I'll Write My Own Damn Song. So it was inspired by real life events. And then it just kind of took on a life of its own. And it was originally intended, I was just going to write the song and record it and play it over the holidays for the family because my son would be there, and my ex and his wife and their 2 girls were joining us at my mom's house in Delaware. It was just one big extended family. So I knew they would all be there. And then when I was writing the song, it was just very visual in my head. And I thought, I think I might need to do a music video for this. So yeah, so it just took off from there.
So did you do the music video before the big family event and then play the music video there? Or did you just start with the song at the family event?
Yeah, well, I started writing the song in February, and I kept talking myself out of it because, I haven't written a song before, much less a rap song, even though I listen to rap, but I have not written a rap song. And every time it popped up, I thought, oh, that would just be so funny. And I thought, I can't do that. So I kept talking myself out of it, and it kept popping up in my thoughts. And I was like, I either have to stop thinking about this or I have to just do it. So I thought, oh, all right, I'll go online. If I can find a beat that I like to lease, then I'll give it a shot. And I found one within an hour. So I started writing it. It's a lot of content. It's a really fast song. So I had to write a lot of content for this. And I got stuck on the last 2 verses. I was just like out of ideas. And, I had gone onto cameo.com before when I first heard about it. And there were no rappers on it at the time. I think maybe 1 or 2, but not anybody big. And that was the point I was like, God, I wish there was a rapper like Snoop on cameo.com. And I went back on, and he was on the opening page. He had just signed up. So he was their featured
Wow.
artist. And I was like, oh my God, I have to do this. And I thought, all right, I'm just going to be really vague because they can always say no. So I just said, I'm writing a funny rap song to my son, and I'm stuck on the last 2 verses. I could use some inspiration. And about a week later, I got the thing saying, hey, your Cameo video is ready. And I just screamed when I watched it. And the cameo that's at the end is the second half of it. The first half, he was talking about, how to be inspired and how to keep writing no matter what. But then the second half, I was like, that is going at the end of the video. And you're allowed to post on social media and do anything. You just can't make money off of it, and you can't use the video or the person's name to promote yourself. So I never mention it going into anything. Any film festivals, I say you cannot mention by name the cameo at the end. But that's where I got that. And I finished the song within 24 to 48 hours after I got the video from him. I was so excited. And then I recorded it. I found an affordable recording studio in downtown LA that it seemed like somewhere that my son could record as a backup. And he doesn't like me butting in, but you know, you're a mom, so it's like I can't help it. I think about that. So I'm like, of the three that I was looking at, I thought, I bet he would like this one. So I booked that one, recorded the song, and then started preparing for the music video. And we shot it at the end of September, and the final cut was ready in November.
Um, that was a question I wanted to ask about. Where did you shoot that? Because that seemed like such an interesting place, and especially the that it's not quite VR room, but that one with all the stuff that was like matching to your movements and that kind of thing.
It's an amazing place. I was looking for a location where I could shoot, where they had a lot of different setups in one location, because there were so many verses and there were like different personalities on each verse. So I knew I wanted somewhere that I could do something like that. And the original place I found, and I was all set. I storyboarded the entire thing around this location. When we finally got a date set for the shoot, the place had gone out of business and I had to start over. So I went on to
Oh,
Peerspace, started looking at places, and this had just been listed on Peerspace. So it was just meant to be. It was an interactive art museum on La Brea. It's called Flutter Experience.
oh, I think I've been by there before. Okay.
You should go in. It's amazing. And I don't remember how many rooms there are. I know I used 10 of them, and there were more than that. And each one of them is done by a different artist. So I went through it a couple of times looking to see which verse I wanted to do in which room, and then went back and then started pulling together costumes that I knew would work in these different places. But that's where it was Flutter Experience. And now it's an amazing place.
Wow. Um, so what does your son think of this song?
Well, when I pulled him aside so I could play it for him before I played it for the rest of the family, just so I could go, listen, this is 100% joking. You know, there's not any part of me that's upset. I don't expect you to put me in your music. It just inspired a funny song. So I played it for him, and he was laughing and hugged me, and he was like, I love you so much, Mom. And he was the one that actually suggested that I think of something that I could do instead of just using it to link to his videos, to drive traffic to his videos, which is kind of what I was thinking. He said, you should use it for yourself. And I hadn't really thought about that. It wasn't why I made it in the first place. And then I wondered, I wonder if any film festivals have music videos. I mean, I had no clue. So I started researching and found that a lot of them do. And that's when I started submitting it to a bunch of festivals.
That's amazing.
I also, just to mention, we shot that thing in 2.5 hours, the
What?
whole thing, because
Wow.
I couldn't afford more than 3 hours at that I'm still paying it off on my credit card. Um, so, and we were doing it in 10 different rooms. So it was blocked and coordinated down to the minute. We had 15 minutes to like load in and set everything up, preset costumes and wigs, like where I knew I was going to be throwing off clothes and trying to put stuff on. So 15 minutes to do that. And then we had 15 minutes in each room. And that included moving the lighting and camera equipment, setting up, rehearsing, me changing costumes, and then rehearsing it once quickly through, and then shooting it. And I had a timer going, and my friend Amy, a friend of mine from Northwestern, she was in charge. I'm like, I've set my phone for the alarm to go off silently every 10 minutes. It'll give you a 5 minutes. So you need to give us the 5-minute warning to when we have to move in 5 minutes. And then, so she was doing that, and I had all the music queued up for her to be doing. So she was handling all that stuff. So we were literally running for 3 hours. So we had 15 minutes in each of the 10 rooms, and then we had 15 minutes to clean everything up and load out and leave it the way we found it. So
Wow. Like I was already impressed with this film, but now I'm like so much more impressed of like getting having to rehearse all of that to with such a short amount of time, it's really impressive.
Thanks. It was brutal, but it was really fun, and we laughed a lot during the whole thing. So,
um, so you mentioned that, about promoting your business, and so I wanted to ask some more about that because I did find, so one of the main things of your music video that stuck out to me was like all of those Alice in Wonderland references, and then also looking up your business that is Allison, your name, Wonderland. So tell me more about your business.
well, that I started, gosh, it was so a long and winding road getting to that. I was an actress for a lot of years, and then I left the business and was running personal growth retreats around the country for about 10 years, creativity retreats and women's retreats and yoga retreats. And kind of burn out on that finally. I was like, I just need to go back and focus on my own creative work. So it was different kinds of artwork and creating the line of women's coloring books and um, handmade jewelry and multimedia art. So it was just all of that, and that was the Alice in Wonderland business. So I still do that on the side, but I'm now working at a production company, a new production company. I've been doing development and producing for a couple of years now, so that's what I'm doing at the new place as well.
And what kind of projects are you looking for, or are you working on at the moment?
Well, we just shot a pilot for, it's a luxury travel show. It just kind of fell in the lap of the company. Somebody came and said, I'd like you to shoot the pilot for me. So we shot that, and we're shopping that around to sell that to a network. And we've just been optioning some really great property. And the last company, we all worked together at this streaming network before two of the women started this company a little less than a year ago. And there were writers that I really liked there. And when everybody in the company got laid off, I just thought, I'm keeping in touch with these people because wherever I land, I want to pull them in. So we have unscripted, we have scripted, we have half hour, we have hour, we've got a mini series, a historical based on a true story mini series, and a couple of feature films. So it's all over the place. We're just looking for stuff that's really well written that we all four of us just kind of go, this one.
Mm-hmm. It's really cool. What's the name of your production company?
It's Atomic Focus Entertainment.
Atomic Focus Entertainment. Okay, very cool. Let's see. I had prepared questions. We've sort of already gone over most of them. Oh, I wanted to ask. You have so many references in not just in the lyrics, but also in like the visual style that you choose. Which do you think was your favorite reference in the whole thing?
Favorite reference? So you mean visual style or the room that I was in,
Or the room or the lyrics? Like, what was your favorite part of the whole thing?
oh, I don't know if I have a favorite part. Like when I was really focused on one of the verses, that was my favorite verse at the time. So it kind of shifted. For a while it was the old lady. Because what I was trying to do with it is, when I was laughing at myself for even having that momentary thing, like, what about me? Um, I was trying to think of it's obvious I'm probably the last person on the planet who should be rapping. So it was all of the things like, I am a little on the old side to be doing this. I am a mom. So I was kind of taking all of those and then pushing them to more of an extreme. So when I was a little too old, then I made myself really old. And when I was a mom, I like made myself, pink hair and a headband and the dress. And so I don't know that I don't know that I had a favorite. Although it was really fun, I had my tat sleeves on and that whole verse, that was fun too. It was kind of the combination of all of them together that was fun because they were all so different. So I know that's not really an answer, but that's my answer.
It works. Was there anything that happened, especially like in the post-production cutting thing, that would be like a happy accident or something that you hadn't envisioned, but then either like on the day or afterwards, you're like, oh my gosh, this works really, really well?
There wasn't a whole lot that wasn't in the original conception of the music video because, like I said, it was so down to the minute, and we had very little time to just like, hey, let's play around and shoot a little bit of this over here
Mm-hmm.
just for fun to see if, I mean, we got what we needed to get as quickly as we could possibly get it. Um, but the guy who was my DP and the editor, Stephen Lee, he was really great. And he and Ted Horning are the two guys who shot my son's music videos. They knew him from school. So I wrote to Stefan and I was like, hi, this is who I am. I sort of introduced myself and I said, I don't know how much you would charge or if you'd even be interested, but I've written this song and here's the song, here's the recording, and let me know if you would be interested in shooting this for me. And he wrote back and he was like, this is hilarious. I'm in. I would love to do it. So, and he was great. He did the editing and he does his thing. Like, I don't know how to edit. That's not my thing. So just the stuff he came up with and just slight visual tweaks and little effects. That was all him. So that was.
I guess we sort of covered this, but what are you doing next?
In terms of me and my projects or just work?
Either.
Well, I have just been having some ideas roll around in my head for the next music video if I do one. I have to wait until I have some money again to do that. I just finished writing a novel, so I'm going to be sending that out, shopping that around. I'm always doing stuff. I have a huge painting in my living room, so I always have something creative going on. And this one's a really a bigger canvas than I've ever done before. So I kind of just stand there and stare at it for a long time until something comes to me. And then there's all the stuff with work, a lot of scripts to read and looking for IP to option.
That's great. I mean, what do you hope your audience takes away from this film?
I hope people get a good laugh out of it. That's the main thing. One of the things, I had done this other interview and they asked the same question. I said, for me, it's really about challenging yourself to do something that you think you can't do, which is what happened to me in the very beginning when I was talking myself out of it. So it's just sort of challenging yourself to do something completely outside the box, whatever box it is that you've put yourself in, and do something that's wildly different from that, and just to have a really fun time doing it. So if people leave with some ideas of some things that they could do, that would be great.
I hadn't thought about that, but yeah, your film really does inspire of just kind of like, you can, if you put your mind to it, you can do whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And
Well,
then you just pay it off on your credit cards as long as it takes.
I mean, isn't that education? Like, all right. Well, thank you. Thank you for
My pleasure.
sharing.
Nice talking to you.
Nice talking to you.